the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Watch. Okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
It's Tuesday. You know what that means. Hey, everybody. Kyle and Katie from the Smacked Raw podcast here to recap Monday Night Raw. Yeah, man, we're here. But we're going to address the elephant in the room. It's our first show back since NXT last week. The world is still mourning the loss of Mr. John Huber, a.k.a. Brodie Lee. And over here at the Smacked Raw podcast, we're with the rest of you guys in the internet wrestling community. We're not, by this point, it's Tuesday. We're just going to say the same things that everybody said. He was loved by everybody. He was a respected family man. That touched me personally. I get all mushy whenever you see a father's relationship with his children. And he had the respect and admiration of all of his peers. Mr. Brodie Lee is going to be missed dearly by everyone. All right. Yeah. Katie.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah, you feeling good? Last time I saw you was at the Smacked Raw Christmas party.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, we all were drinking a bit. You were kind of quiet up in the corner, although I think most of us were quiet because Jizzy.
Yeah, Jizzy kind of just took over. So I literally just reclined back and just listened.
Oh yeah.
I think I talked a total of 5 minutes in those 2 hours.
Did you have fun?
I did.
Yeah?
It was very entertaining.
Did you get drunk?
No.
No?
Nah, because I had to work yesterday.
Got you.
So I was like, It was my first day back in like a week and a half, so.
We got drunk. Apparently the world has found out about my wife.
Oh, God.
That was funny. Jizzy pointed out my wife's got a big butt.
Jess got cakes.
Yeah, man. Both Jess and I got pretty buzzed. Jess, at one point, I can tell because she loves comedy. Like my wife, that's her favorite genre of movies and stuff. Is anything that'll make her laugh. That's why we get along so well. Is I'm constantly trying to make her laugh. But I know her when she gets to a certain point of tipsy because she just lets it all hang out, man. And she could not stop laughing. I was laughing just because of how hard she was laughing at Jizzy. Like she just got a kick out of her, man. It was a blast. I want to thank everybody for showing up. We had it's gonna be hard to remember everybody off the top of my head, but I mean we had the Get Show podcast was in there. Matt Ritter from Smacking It Raw. Travis appeared for all of 15
0.2 seconds.
Yeah, 0.2 seconds was in and out. We had of course Jizzy from the Deadass Girls pod was in there. We had a bunch of friends of the show like Loyalty J, or in this case Baby J.
Baby J.
Yeah, who else? We had Bob, we had Bama. Oh boy, Bob was a hoot.
Yeah. It's the first time I've ever heard him talk.
Yeah, Jess loved him. Jess thought he was great. It got awkward though when Jizzy started roasting him. I think Jizzy went in kind of hard on him, man.
She did. Well, it's because there was no Benji or Vince to
That's
roast,
true.
So.
Yeah, for her to spit that fire at.
Warren Hayes
dropped it. Oh boy.
I'm
kind of embarrassed that Warren Hayes dropped in because I invited him early, right?
Yeah.
But he came in after everybody was already tipsy, a little drunk. Young Kings wrestling podcast was in there. TC at one point looked completely tilt. Yeah. But man. Yeah, Warren Hayes came in. We were already pretty messed up. So it was just it's like, like you want to bring a friend in and be like, hey man, here's all my cool friends, but then we're all drunk and Jizzy's talking about Adam and Eve and adult toys and stuff. And it was just
constantly flirting with Warren.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It was a blast. It was a lot of fun. Did you have a good Christmas?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I got a new back support for my chair, so I'm loving my life right now.
Nice. I see you're wearing that Thunder Liger shirt your Secret Santa got you.
I am, yeah. My Secret Santa is really cool. And listen, Amazon says your package will be there Thursday.
Oh, so that's yours that's coming. Jess told me. She was like, Santa told me you're getting a gift on Thursday. So that's what it is. Okay. Sweet, man.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a secret anymore.
I figured it's just karma because of how long I delayed people getting their t-shirts and stuff. So
I mean, it did take me 2 months to get a t-shirt.
Yeah, so I mean, by all means, this is good. It's good. It's not that bad.
But I am getting something custom made. I need it sent to me first to make sure it looks good, and then I'm sending it to you. I'm not telling you what it is.
Whoa.
But I thought of an idea, and I hope it actually turns out well.
Nice. Well, I have all the faith in the world, Katie. Now, it's always, like I said, it's always a thought that counts. I don't know. I don't know how to take compliments and gifts well, okay? This is like my thing. I don't know how to.
Hey, during the Christmas party, everyone's like, oh, Katie. And I'm just like, no, not Katie. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I told you, man.
I was just like,
you have the respect of your peers.
I don't know how.
Because you put up with Kevin. Speaking of putting up with Kevin, Jizzy did not.
Good. I need someone else on my side.
I knew there was a reason why I made her the co-host of that stream.
My God.
Kevin said blue cheese one too many times.
Good. You know what? Good. Someone else put him in his place. I'm tired of it just being me.
Oh boy. I mean, you do kind of feel bad. It would have been funnier if we kicked a couple people, but he really was the only person kicked from this group.
Well, he ended up staying off anyways because he was doing other stuff. So whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun.
He's fine.
We were dying down by that point, anyways.
He's fine.
I got a cool Christmas gift coming. So Christmas, at this point in my life, Christmas is for the kids. That's what all grown old people say, and it's true. It's for the kids. It's at this point, I just buy myself whatever I want. Like if I have the money for something and I want it, at this point in my life, I just kind of get it. The lights have yet to be turned off. The kids have yet to go hungry. So
there you go.
But anyways, no. So my mom was bragging to me while I was in Maine the other week. She was bragging to me about how, she got Kurt this really badass Christmas gift. It's the Oculus Quest 2. It's a VR headset that doesn't require a PC. Yeah, it's badass. They're fairly pricey. I think they're running about like $300, something like that. Yeah, and so, but see, in my family with my two brothers, I've always been like the mature one, which always means I get like the boring gifts. And so I was like, dang, Mom. I was like, what do I get? And then she like, do you want one? And at that point, I was like, I had to say no, because there's so many more things that I could ask her to get for the house, for the family. So I said no. And I was like, man, we need like a new microwave or something. Fucking give me a microwave. And then Christmas Eve, she was like, oh, by the way, I got you a VR too, along with the microwave. So I was like, oh, man, this is cool. Yeah.
Oh, Christmas.
Yeah. The reason why I'm excited isn't so much about like the games and stuff, but I found this cool app on there. It's called like Big Screen. And what it is you and your friends in VR can like in a virtual movie theater, all these different environments. You can like watch movies and TVs and stuff like that together, like you're there next to each other. But what makes this interesting is you can also use your own PC, like whatever's on your PC, you could have other people kind of in the same room watching you on your computer, which for my brother and I is how we watch UFC. So technically in VR, it can be like we're side by side drinking beers together, watching UFC like on like a movie theater screen or something, because
That's
he'll
awesome.
have access to my PC screen. Yeah, so it's interesting. It's weird how tech is now. Like,
Yeah.
like just where tech is going. The fact that my brother and I can just put on these goggles and now we're sitting next to each other watching UFC on like a movie theater screen and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's mind blowing, man. As a kid, you dream of stuff like that, but you never think you're gonna get it. And then nowadays, it's like a couple $100. There you go. The craziest tech people could think of, like 100 years ago. So yeah, it's cool, man.
Wild.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm excited. What were we talking about? We're gonna talk about Raw, right?
I think that's why we're here.
I
Yeah,
think that's why we're here.
maybe.
No, what'd you think of Raw?
I didn't hate it, actually, which is weird because we usually hate on Raw.
We do.
We usually love recapping it. We just hate the show. I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah, no, there was some stuff that Raw had some good stuff going on in it, and they upped their wrestling.
Yes.
There was good matches, which it's funny how you criticize like a wrestling show. Like, oh my god, they actually had wrestling on it this week.
Yeah, I know. Who would have thought?
Yeah, though. So we had the sweet stuff. Going back to Mr. Brodie Lee, John Huber. They opened up with a graphic of him on the show. We had people pay tribute to him. Tom Phillips, Drew McIntyre both said, it's Monday. You know what that means. Very nice. And then you had people like Xavier Woods paying homage, doing the discus lariat, wearing an armband, said Brodie on it. That was the only reference to his AEW character's name. It was interesting that got in there. And then along with also, who else hit a discus lariat? Someone else did. Ricochet did. Okay. Yeah. And then and fucking Mustafa Ali sold the hell out of that for him.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. No, there's some sweet stuff. There's some controversy. Like Brian Myers, formerly known as Kurt Hawkins, said that he should have got like the 10 bell salute or some video package. I'm not wrapped up in the drama of all of it. I appreciated what we got.
Yeah. I mean, we got individualized tributes.
Mm-hmm. Although it wouldn't surprise me if on SmackDown, WWE checks the temperature and then come SmackDown, they might have a video package or something.
Yeah. Well, especially because Dynamite changed their entire card. So Brodie's oldest son, I think.
Yeah.
Made the card.
Brodie Jr.
Yeah, Brodie Jr. created the entire Dynamite card, which I'm... that's going to be the hardest recap I'm going to have to do.
It's going to be tough, man. I feel for you.
Hate you.
I wonder, now granted this is so fresh after the passing, but I think it would be interesting if it's Wednesday, you know what that means, becomes like a permanent tag.
Yeah.
Because people already make a big deal about Wednesdays anyways, I feel like it would be suiting. I think I saw somebody calling for the annual Brodie Lee Invitational Tournament to determine the number one contender for the TNT title. I thought that was really nice and was cool. Yeah, so I mean, just nothing but love after the show. Actually,
the Raw talk.
Yeah, the Raw talk. Boy, I thought I was done crying, man.
So did I.
Yeah, Xavier Woods came out. Once again, still blows me away. Like I was hoping for it, but hearing him referred to as Brodie Lee on WWE. Like I said, it was nice. Although I mean his name is John, yeah. But yeah, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, very impassioned speech about him. Xavier Woods barely keeping it together. R-Truth had to like console him and stuff, and oh man, it was some rough stuff, man. I was sitting there shedding some tears. It was like midnight. I'm drinking the Rock's tequila, like crying on my cell phone. I was like, God damn it, man.
Yeah. all the tributes and stuff just kept. I tried staying off Twitter for that reason. Nope. Like Raw felt so long to me because during breaks I kept going on Twitter crying and then had to be like, oh fuck, I gotta take notes. So Wednesday's gonna be awful.
Yeah, Wednesday's gonna be something. I'll tell you that. What was it? So besides Mr. Brodie Lee, we had a whole wrestling show. And like I said, it was interesting. I think I only found myself in 2 points, I want to say, where I really couldn't pay attention, where it was hard to keep my attention. But other than that, I mean, I was in it. I was watching the whole show. I was really into it. Like I said, whether I was like into what I was watching or it was like kind of catching my attention, we'll get into it. But the show kicked off with, once again, Drew McIntyre cutting that promo. It's Monday, you know what that means. And essentially just hyping up next week on Legends Week. He's going to have a match with the winner of Keith Lee and Sheamus. Sheamus comes out. I do kind of like that Sheamus is still playing a heel character, although he's very likable. Like the man, he's putting on 4-star matches every single match he's in. So it kind of just on the match quality alone makes it hard to dislike him. But essentially, Sheamus is just being coy. I held my word. I didn't attack Keith Lee during the match. It was after the match, fella. And then he starts to fall into this dream match scenario between him and Drew McIntyre because they've known each other for 15 years. And they're going to have like the stiffest, hard-hitting match, which by the end of that right there, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm sold. Like, okay, let's have this Sheamus and Drew McIntyre match. I'm down, man. Go. Yeah. Of course, there's another person in that equation. That's Mr. Keith Lee. Keith Lee comes out essentially just like, you got to get through me. He's kind of distrustful of Drew. But, I mean, this is all just minor bickering. Like, no one's really saying anything other than we have a match. Like, someone's going to have a match next week on Legends Week. There was no serious drama to any of this. Drew McIntyre, I do kind of like this. Mid-promo, it seems like WWE now is giving wrestlers the authority just to call for refs. Because that's what we got last week on Raw too, I think. Yeah. Just like, you know what? We're all fired up. Let's just do it now. Screw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's twice. Because last week there was the match. It was advertised towards the end of the night, and we had it in the very beginning. I can't remember which one it was, but
it was Mandy and Dana versus Nia and Shayna.
I think that is it.
Yeah, because Charlotte called for the ref.
Yep. No. It was AJ and Sheamus.
Did that? Time's not real. I don't know.
Either.
The weeks blend together.
I don't know. Look, man.
Either
way, yeah. You having wrestlers create matches, but the match that we did get between Sheamus and Keith Lee was really good.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was very, very good. Sheamus bro kicked Keith Lee twice before the match even started, and this kind of led me to believe that Keith Lee would be taking the L. But after a very stiff, hard-hitting match, I ended up being Keith Lee with the win with the Spirit Bomb, man, which was nuts. Else was nuts is Sheamus jumped from the top rope to the outside. Sheamus is pushing like 260, 270 pounds. He's a big boy. I was just like, that guy's knees are gonna explode. Like, it terrified me. As I get older and I realize how frail and fragile like I'm becoming, like I get more nervous and shit I'd never paid attention to. It's like when I saw him standing up on the top rope, I was like, uh-oh. I was like, those knees.
Those knees.
Those knees, man. But that was a great match, man. It was really good.
It was a good match.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking about the knees because, like, I already have bad knees. I'd be done. I jump off the top step. We're done. Game over.
But yeah. So next week we're gonna get Keith Lee taking on Drew McIntyre on Legends Night. I don't know exactly how to feel about because it feels really rushed, and it's like, but at the same time, it does kind of make everyone look silly that was yelling and complaining about Keith Lee being sent back to the Performance Center,
yeah.
And now he's in the main event going for a world title. So
yeah,
sometimes maybe we should just understand that as wrestling fans, we know nothing.
We don't know anything.
We really don't. What did you guys think of the match? What did you think, Katie?
Of the match?
Of the match, of this whole thing. I don't know. Trying something new. I just ask questions.
You just ask me questions. No, I really did like the match. I love Keith Lee. I've loved Keith Lee since I saw him on like NXT. So seeing him like be able to go against someone like Sheamus, who's been in the business for a long time, it was so good. It was so good. It was such a good match.
Yeah. No, and should be no surprise now. With like I said, Sheamus is consistently putting on 4-star bangers. Like who would have thought, years ago watching Sheamus when he was kind of like stale and just this weird character that kind of put everybody off. You're gonna fast forward to 2020 and like his matches are can't miss now. Like if Sheamus is having a match, you gotta watch because it's gonna be a hard hitting one, that's for sure.
Oh yeah,
love Sheamus. Elias's new gimmick is just playing music in like a incense filled room with Jackson Riker. That's all it really was. He was just playing music. There was a knock at the door, and Elias was like, "Chill, man. No, we don't need to answer it." Yeah, I love your lens flare, by the way.
What is happening? Jesus
oh my God, that
Christ.
sun is in the perfect spot.
Oh, it's so aggressive. Dude, I'm like invisible.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We're just gonna have to deal with this very artsy Instagram looking frame of yours. All right. So following the stoner session Elias was in, is a match between The Miz and Grand Metalik. Grand Metalik is always going to be good. It's a shame this guy gets squashed and never gets time to shine. Because even in a match with The Miz, Grand Metalik looked good and got the surprise like roll up victory. Although commentary and Miz was playing up that his head wasn't in the game. He's still freshly distraught over losing his Money in the Bank contract. But this allowed Grand Metalik to pick up the victory, which I'm fairly positive they're going to do nothing with.
Nope.
No. It was just so you could get that segment later on of The Miz looking bummed in a stairwell with Sean Morrison. It's like, thank you, Grand Metalik. That's what we needed from you. You had to create a sad Miz.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Why are we going back to an ad? Do I really like? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the live stream. The live stream just cut back to an ad for me.
It's still good on my end. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how any of this works anymore. Yeah. So where Elias is the new, just like stoner guitar playing guy, AJ Styles is now just the grumpy old man who wants people to turn their music down.
He was on the phone.
Go ahead, talk us through this segment, Katie.
There's like continuous knocking on Elias's door, and it's Jackson Riker opens it. It's just it was bigger than the door. It's just standing there with tiny little AJ behind him. Like,
yeah, I love AJ and Almost. It's dynamic.
My favorite pairing. Especially when he jumps up to do the chest bump after this.
That was, oh my God. Look, it's the little things, folks. It is definitely the little things. No pun intended here. But AJ getting fired up, yelling at Elias, telling Elias that we're going to have a match later and I'm going to break your fingers because you're playing the guitar too loud and you're not any good at it.
Johnny Trash.
Yeah, talking trash and hyping himself up. And then he just punctuates it with, yeah, I'm going to break your fingers. And he turns around and has to leap up to chest bump Almost, who almost doesn't even move.
No.
You know, he's very stoic. So, I mean, he might as well have chest bumped a wall. But
at that point, yeah.
It was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. Oh my God, I loved it. Yeah, I popped when I saw that too. I'm glad I wasn't the only one who caught that.
Oh my God, it was so funny. I want to see them try and do more stuff.
Oh man. Hey, Katie, did you say our stream is still running?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure because it crashed on my end, so I just wanted to be safe.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
yes.
no, so it's just me.
I can still see us, and we're still playing. So
yeah, no, that's fine. It just means my end crashed. That's all good. As long as we're up and running, I don't care. I don't need to see us on Twitch. I don't care. It's like I can see us right here on OBS. It's like
I can see us on Zoom and the stream.
Anyways, and you guys can see us on YouTube. Check us out on youtube.com/SmackDrawPodcast. I forgot to plug everything in the beginning of the show.
You did.
Yeah, it's okay though.
It's all right.
I'll plug it at the end. Who knows?
There we go. Maybe.
Maybe if I remember. Dana Brooke had a match with Shayna Baszler. Dana was given a lot of time to shine here. She was given quite a bit of offense for somebody that, you know, back at the Elimination Chamber, Shayna just buzzsawed through everybody, including Dana Brooke. She had some moments with Shayna. Of course, I mean, she was never going to pick up the victory. She got caught with a flying knee into the Karafuda clutch. After the match, Shayna chokes out Mandy Rose as well. There goes your tag team contenders that everybody was like, oh, yeah, Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. They're probably trying to build them up. Maybe pump the brakes a little bit. They both just got beat up by one person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's not part of the tag team champions. So I don't know how well that's going to go. But yeah, Shayna Baszler needs to be in the main event picture. Like we've always been saying, this whole Asuka double champ thing is just
annoying.
It's doing no favors for any of the women on Raw in singles, you know, in the singles division. Well, at this point, it's really, there's only two tag teams, Shayna and Nia, and I don't even think they're going to go back after the tag champions. I think that's a wrap.
I mean, Nia did say later that like that's one of her New Year's resolutions is to get the titles back.
We'll see.
So,
we'll see. But yeah. Anyways, where were we after that? Oh, the Alexa Bliss playground.
Alexa's playground.
Take me to Alexa's playground. No, it's creepy. It's really creepy. Especially she portrays a child. This was interesting. I never wondered what it'd look like if Randy Orton beat up a bunch of sock puppets. But now I know. What the hell was this, man?
Yeah. He just shows up in the Firefly. Jeez, why can I never say this?
You got this.
Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah, because I mean, Alexa Bliss is in the middle of the ring doing her best. Like, she does like a mix between a child and Harlequin. It's kind of like the vibes I get. Mm-hmm. But essentially, she just lays out that she hasn't seen the Fiend since TLC. And she wants to introduce her guest, Mr. Randy Orton. His music plays, nothing happens. His music plays again, still nothing happens. And then, like you said, he appears in the Firefly Funhouse. Randy Orton talked so quiet, I could not hear him. My kids at this point were like super loud. Like, I don't know what was going on with the audio, but I couldn't barely hear a word he was saying. Although, really what I picked up from it was just he is going to destroy the Firefly Funhouse.
To make sure that the Fiend has nothing to come back to except Alexa Bliss.
There you go. But yeah, so he starts kicking around the puppets. Like, he delivers a big boot to Huskus, and he throws Mercy, and he rips Ramblin' Rabbit in half. At that point, Alexa was like, "Stop!" you know. And then Alexa Bliss challenges him to appear in the ring. This was kind of weird because that's what you were trying to do right now. Like, where's the difference? Like, Randy Orton, you didn't come into the ring now, so I'm going to challenge you to come to the ring later. And at this point, I don't know. Wrestling's fucking weird sometimes, all right?
Yep.
But Randy's like, I accept. I thought Alexa Bliss was going to challenge him to a match, man. I thought she was
I got really excited.
Yeah, like, I challenge you. It's like, oh,
I'd be down
shoot.
to watch that match.
Yeah, man. But yeah. So, Randy insinuates though when he comes out there that the Fiend will be returning. That's the hook. Is the insinuation of the Fiend returning when Randy Orton comes out? Yeah. What was that? We got Charlie Caruso interviewing Charlotte. I think it was Charlie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially, Charlotte had a bad 2020. Is looking forward to a good 2021. It's really nothing.
That's basically it.
Yeah, it was nothing. And then we got the Elias and AJ Styles match. Katie, what'd you think?
It was a good ass match.
Really was.
I was like, I was surprised. I mean, I shouldn't have been because AJ's, no pun intended, phenomenal. And Elias is actually really good when they give him time in a match.
Not only time, he had the majority of the offense.
Yeah.
AJ was like bumping and flailing around the ring for like 15 minutes, it felt like.
Like, Alan, relax. You're a father. He's just bumping around everywhere.
Hell yeah. It was a good match. Almost stared down Jackson Riker. In the end, though, I mean, AJ just won clean with phenomenal forearm, which begs the question, why did we have this match?
I
don't know. Buy some time.
It's entertaining.
It was a good match. Like, that's like the thing is, I really liked Raw because this week the wrestling content was really good. There's some weird logical stuff that happened, which I'm not gonna like try not to like overthink, but once again, this match kind of was just it was just oddly set up. Elias, but I mean, I get it. I guess I spilled it out earlier. I had it. Never mind. Elias plays music, and AJ Styles is a grumpy old man.
There you go.
There's the
grumpy old man won.
Yeah, grumpy old man won. Oh shoot. Is this the first time that WWE are calling Ali Mustafa Ali?
I feel like they started a few weeks ago, but I actually saw him tweet, or he like quote tweeted something, them saying, oh, they're like the pronunciation of Ali's name is different, and he quoted it and said, per my demand. So,
well, I watched Raw Talk. Jeez, it has to have been over a month ago, and that's where I saw him originally tell them. Like, he told him, like, say my name, and like Mustafa, and he corrected him on the pronunciation on Raw Talk. I wasn't sure if that was going to bleed over into the product. Last night was the first time I heard it bleed over into the product. So this is something he's been going after for a while to get his pronunciation correct, which, I mean, good for him, man.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah. Ricochet and Ali put on a banger of a match. Ricochet, once again, we said hit that discus lariat. That was nice. There were some other really cool spots. A terrifying spot where Ali does a splash from the top rope to the outside on the mat. Nothing there. Just, my God, man, why? Like, that was for a commercial break, I want to say. Oh my God, he killed himself. We'll be right back.
He did, though.
That is a pay-per-view. You reserve that for pay-per-view, bro. But I mean, I guess Brodie Lee got everybody fired up, man. So
yeah,
I bet that's what it was. Oh, but yeah, damn, dude. Ricochet hit a fantastic backflip into a German suplex. That looked badass. And then at that point, Ricochet looks like he's about to win it. He hits the kickback, I think it's called. He's pinning Ali. Ali is pulled out of the ring by Mace. We get a Shield spot where Mace, T-Bar, and everyone's favorite Slapjack hop up on the ring apron. Ali hits Ricochet hits this crazy float like DDT. He jumps over the top ropes onto Dijak, and Dijak misses the effing ring apron. This did not look good. I mean, it does look like Dijak was able to get like rotation, so he didn't like spike his head into the mat, but boy, it was a scary spot. Yeah. Ricochet was able to fend off the rest of Retribution. He looked really good, man. He went for a shooting star press. It was countered by Ali, who then locked in the Koji clutch to pick up the victory after the match. Still prodding Ricochet to join Retribution. He says no, hits the recoil, and runs off. This feud will never die, Katie.
No. And it might have been Young Kings who tweeted it, that these groups just need to stop going after Ricochet because like he's not going to join any of them. Like Hurt
true.
Business did it, Retribution's trying. He's not going to join anything. Just leave him alone.
Yeah. One thing that I thought was really weird too, or not weird, but it just shows the erosion and the watering down. Retribution debuted to wreak havoc on all of WWE, and that has just diluted all the way down to just beat up Ricochet.
Yeah.
Like, what's their purpose right now? Their purpose is week in and week out to go after this one guy. I thought they were, angry at the company, but instead
they're just mad at Ricochet now.
They're just mad at the guy with a really, really terrible win-loss record of 2020. So I don't know. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler enter themselves into the Royal Rumble because they have to. They need to fill 30 spots.
People just started announcing themselves last week. They're the first two women.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, they have to. Yeah. So here comes Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair having the match where everybody goes and gets popcorn or does something else. Then watch this. Look, it's funny because I say Charlotte Flair is like one of the best wrestlers on the planet. I still find myself I could care less about watching her matches because they don't have anything for her right now. Like, she's just... It's like, yeah, well, Charlotte's back. We know she's going to win. We know Charlotte. There's no drama with her. There's none. There's no drama involved with Charlotte. You've created the female John Cena, and it takes me out of it. There's no stakes in any of her matches. I really could care less about her matches, which is, like I said, it sucks because I truly consider her one of the best wrestlers on the planet. You combine that with Nia Jax in a singles match. Nia Jax, fresh off of this Lana abuse, now that's all dropped. So I don't know what the hell Nia Jax is out here for. I guess to have like just two strong women, because I'd like to. I don't know, man. This match wasn't for me.
Nia's the one who put Charlotte on the shelf for 6 months.
Yeah.
So that's why, but
this match felt like it went on for 32 years. Like
it was a long match.
God knows, man. Charlotte was about to win with the figure eight, but instead she won because Shayna came in and choked her out. So she still won. Yeah, I don't know, man. Shayna and Nia were ran off by Asuka. And like I said, it's just a low point for me. Like I said, that was like I couldn't look at my screen. I was looking at everything else other than my screen because I could have cared less. And then another stagehand got punked out by the Hurt Business. They're so corny with like how obvious they enjoy punking people out, but I liked it. What'd you think of Angel Garza? Pretty much just like I fucking Charlie Caruso, like they do every time, man.
I mean, it's been a while since they have. So
WWE dropped the ball by not having Angel and Charlie do something together.
I mean, weren't you the one who was like pushing for Charlie to be the one who poisoned Montez?
It made all the sense in the world.
It did.
It made all the sense in the world. And they dropped that angle altogether.
Yeah.
They just insinuated it was Selena Vega, but they didn't be like, oh, she did it. Nothing. It was... that was something that, like, once again, they went into without a plan, but they could have stumbled on something great. Like, they easily just had a layup with that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Instead, Angel Garza is mixed up in the 24/7 scene because he has a rose. Charlie wants to know who's it for, but before he can tell her, he's ran into by R-Truth and the 24/7 division. He picks up the broken rose and gives it to Charlie. It's the thought that counts.
It is the thought that counts.
Yeah. And Charlie looks at him like, what the hell, man? Like,
no,
Charlie, how are you going to be
this?
offended? It's it's not like he showed up with a broken rose. You just watched R-Truth break it, man. But anyways, I don't know.
She also acts like he wasn't flirting with every other woman in front of her.
Oh,
like, Charlie.
I do like that he insinuated next week on Legends Week, he might hit on a legend.
He's going to hit on Tori Wilson.
It's going to be Tori Wilson. Yeah.
It's going to be Tori Wilson.
It is definitely going to be Tori Wilson. Yo.
This is ridiculous.
So, what would you rather be? A brony or a positively hard bro?
A brony. Get out of here.
Matt Riddle, Jeff Hardy, and the New Day are backstage, just cutting loose, having some fun. You see Xavier Woods has the Brodie armband on, which is nice. And then, just Matt Riddle doing his stoner humor, trying to incorporate everybody's gimmick or names into something. And so, yeah, he says that let's all be bronies, which I think is a play off of what, like My Little Pony or something?
Yeah, it's so guys who like My Little Pony are considered bronies.
He then says we could also call ourselves the positively hard bros, to which the New Day were like, yeah, we have a match, and their music starts playing. You know what? As corny as it was, I thought it was actually pretty funny.
I don't know if you heard it because it was during New Day's music, but Jeff Hardy was like, what about the Rain Bros? I was like, I actually like that one.
Oh, man. So I did see the news that apparently, now granted, take this with a pinch of salt because I got it off of Twitter. But apparently WWE has filed the trademark, or for the trademark, the Hardy Bros. So we are definitely getting some terrible merch coming forward here soon.
Oh, it's going to be awful.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get you one.
Please. And it'll never show up.
It'll never show up. Yeah, Jeff Hardy will be retired by the time you get that shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hate to say it because apparently everywhere I look, this 8-man tag was an awesome match. And I missed like most of it. I don't know what caught my attention, but I got distracted during it.
It's just so hard to take notes for a multi-man tag.
Yeah.
And at one point it literally started like chaos. Like everyone like hit a move on each other. A lot of kicks, a lot of knee strikes. Shelton Benjamin hit a nice knee strike on Riddle on the apron though. Shelton Benjamin does not deserve, like, he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
No, just another underutilized talent. Although, I mean, he's not too underutilized because he's part of my favorite stable in all of pro wrestling right now. So
that's true.
That is official. It was Inner Circle. I need me some Hurt Business merch now, though.
Doubling down on Hurt Business.
Man. They're just, if I was gonna be in a wrestling group, a pro wrestling group, I would definitely want on like super expensive suits, looking professional and sharp. Man, I just think that's so cool. I don't know.
I'm telling you, when Naomi joins, she's going to be looking cool as hell in a power suit, and I'm so excited. She better join.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know if the audio's picking up, but my kid is like running a stampede down the hallway. But yeah, the 8-man tag match. Before the match, Bobby Lashley declared himself for the Rumble. And I do know that the ending of the match saw Lashley tap out Jeff Hardy for probably the 4th or 5th time now to the Hurt Lock. But Matt Riddle hits the final flash on the way out. He kind of like just like cheap shots Bobby Lashley before they go off. Like I said, it was, I hate to say it because I didn't watch the match as like close as I should have, but from everywhere I saw, this was a really, really fun match.
It was a good match.
Okay, so we come to the point in the show where I make all of our listeners probably angry because I've been checking the temperature on Twitter, and I must be the only human being that likes that Miz got his Money in the Bank contract back.
I mean, he wasn't wrong. Like, logically speaking, if you look at the Money in the Bank contract, the person who owns the briefcase is the only one who can cash it in. Yeah. Morrison technically did at TLC, which, by the way, I'm still getting a point for predictions because it was cashed in, allegedly, at the time.
It was announced.
Getting a point.
It was announced.
It was announced, so I'm still getting a point.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that spreadsheet out of today or tomorrow to update the brackets.
Yes,
I will do it. I will do it.
I mean, I believe you. It'll get done.
I mean, it's not like we don't have until the Royal Rumble, you know.
That's literally the next pay-per-view.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to count the special shows as well. We're going to do predictions on like New Year's Evil, the two AEW special like New Year's shows they're doing. So we're going to be doing a lot of predictions starting next week.
Great.
Yeah. I want to get those points up there, you know. But back to the Miz. Yeah, so I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I'm going to play devil's advocate for you guys because, like I said, I have to remember the world does not revolve around me and not everybody shares my opinion. Okay? So I get that it really seems like WWE just did not have a solid plan for the Money in the Bank all year. At one point, it was supposed to be on Baron Corbin, and then we give it to Otis instead. Obviously, Otis was never going to cash in, so they half-ass the story over to The Miz. The Miz, quote-unquote, cashes in, and now he's getting it back. And a lot of people believe that right now is not the right time for Miz to be injected into the main event scene. I see all of that. I do. At the same time, I watch Miz and Mrs., okay? And I really like the guy, and he's super entertaining, and I want Miz to be successful, all right?
Start crying.
No, man, I'm just... no, like, the Miz is great with the Money in the Bank. It's a great prop. I think he's entertaining as hell. The Miz has earned my respect over the years of hard work he puts in. Mm-hmm. I think, you know, I'm not saying this guy is knocking it out the park every time he's out there. But don't sleep on the fact, like, it was not that long ago on Talking Smack, this dude had the entire wrestling world buzzing over his promo on Daniel Bryan. And then we had glimpses of it again just, what was it, last week? On the dirt sheet, where this dude was super impassioned. The Miz can turn it on when it calls time for him. And but I get it. I mean, you've got people like Drew McIntyre right now. You got Keith Lee. Hell, you've even got Sheamus in that main event right now. Obviously, the Miz does not stack up to their star power, but you gotta have some form of scrappy do nipping at the heels of these people, and you gotta give that person an edge to keep it dynamic, dude. I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. And to be honest, it doesn't even matter because come Royal Rumble, we're gonna have people like Goldberg pissing you off. We're gonna have all these part-timers showing up, making everybody angry. So don't even like blow your load on how bad you want to hate wrestling on the Miz, because trust me, a lot worse is coming around the corner, folks. Okay?
You saying Goldberg's name just made me mad. Like, I don't want to see him.
Yeah.
I'm done. I don't want to see Goldberg. I don't want to see Brock. I'm done. We don't need him.
There's a lot worse things coming than the Miz with the Money in the Bank. So
fucking Oldberg and Lego ass Lesnar.
Yeah. Crown Royal 8 in the chat says yo and then we get some guitar emojis. Nice, man.
That's cool.
Lord of 12 Freeze. All right, I'm just looking at these emojis. Anyways. All right, Katie, here we go. The final segment of the night. What a segment it was.
It was something.
It was something. So, what did you think of it? Go ahead.
I mean, Alexa Bliss, like, give her roses. She's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She's so good. I literally just saw it this morning. Like, as soon as she is done with wrestling, she's an acting career, like, hands down.
Yeah, she'll be good. This segment makes no fucking sense, though. So, and let me explain why. It's not so much because of the over dramatic theme of Alexa Bliss asking Randy Orton to set her on fire. That I have no problem with. That I have no problem with whatsoever.
Okay.
The issue here is this. So let's run down the segment really quick. Alexa Bliss is in the ring, calls out Randy Orton. Randy goes on about the Fiend, and Alexa's like, this isn't about the Fiend. It's about you. And she goes and gets like a late Christmas gift. Lo and behold, it's gasoline and matches. And Bliss starts pleading with Randy to light her on fire. She starts by pouring a puddle under her, pours a line to her, then a circle of gas, and then eventually escalates to just dousing herself in gas. Kudos to my wife who thought to ask, is that really gas? And I was like, yes, baby. But no, yeah. And then she in wrestling drops the biggest insult. She drops the B word, calls Randy Orton a bitch.
A little bitch.
A little bitch. Which is hilarious seeing like her standing next to Randy Orton, because he looks like the damn Big Show when he's around Alexa Bliss.
I mean, she's only 5 foot. She's tiny.
She is tiny. But anyways, so Randy goes on this convoluted, I want to do it, but you want me to do it. So now I don't want to do it because it's what you want me to do, but I do want to do it. And it's the dumbest thing ever. But you know what? He says, did you notice it wasn't the color of gas? Yeah, I thought it was just, honestly, I think it was just water with a little bit of dish soap. I think that's all it was. But anyways, as he looks like he's gonna do it, lights go out. Randy strikes a match, which illuminates him. Very nice visual. And then as the match burns down, commentary starts shouting, "Don't do it, Randy!" And then the show cuts off.
The show literally ended. I thought my TV like broke or something, and it was like something about like the Chrisleys or whatever. And I was just like, "That's literally how you ended this."
Yo, here's the problem: cliffhangers like this work great in sitcom television because time stops right there. Mm-hmm. You can come back a week later, and the show picks up right where the last one leaves off. Boom, there you go. Time doesn't work that way with pro wrestling. Time goes on just like anything else. And it's so silly because, like I said, you cut over to Raw Talk, and there's everybody doing the talk show right in front of the ring. No one acknowledges what just happened. Wrestling doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Time doesn't work that way in pro wrestling.
Listen, time's not real anyways, but time really isn't real in wrestling.
It's not, man.
Like,
no, I still think, man, I had the joke of the century with the fucking GIF on Twitter, man. If you just tuned into Raw Talk and in the background, there was a lot of fire, just a lot of chaos, and they're just trying to conduct interviews because it's not kayfabe over there. But I don't know. It's weird. I wonder how they're going to pick it up. Next week it's going to be the dumbest explanation.
Yep. They're
going to say Randy was tackled by security or the match just burned out and he didn't toss it. It's going to be something. What if they went in the other direction? What if they come back next week and Alexa Bliss is like fucking dead?
Jesus. I mean, there's no way they're gonna take the Fiend and Bliss off TV at the same time.
No.
Like those are two of the biggest draws.
No.
She'll be back.
The Fiend needs to wait till like the Royal Rumble or something to come back.
Yeah, Fiend's gotta chill somewhere. But Bliss has to stay on TV.
Yeah. Oh no, that was our show, man. That was our show. That was Raw. That was Raw's show. I just said it was good.
Something.
Yeah. If you guys like the show, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, download, leave a review, all that fun stuff. Once again, we stream live Tuesdays mornings to recap Raw. You can catch us on Wednesday this week for Katie's very special Brodie Lee tribute AEW Dynamite recap. Of course, Fridays we do SmackDown as well. If you're into NXT, you can catch those recaps on twitch.tv/SmackDraw podcast on Thursday nights, where Katie, you also host NXT as well.
And maybe not this week because it's New Year's Eve.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, if you want to see me cry for a whole hour and a half podcast tomorrow, come on down.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking it out. What else? Tonight you can tune in to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/The Kai Tai Show. Episode 3 of Hammer Lounge. My brother and I will talk some MMA. We'll probably have a little bit more general discussion just because there's no UFC for a couple weeks. So we don't have anything to recap. We might just honestly just shoot the breeze for half hour to an hour and try and make each other laugh and stuff. You can always check that out. SmackDrop Podcast is on YouTube. YouTube.com/SmackDrop Podcast. And go check out Wrestling News World while you're at it, man. They throw our recaps up over there, and those guys are awesome. Check them out as well. And then lastly, over here, Crown Royal, I'm going to give you a shout out, man, because you joined us here in the chat. Go check out our Patreon, man. Patreon.com/SmackDraw Podcast. We send out all of our patrons their gifts and their stuff like stickers, t-shirts, all that stuff. We send it out in the beginning of the month. Go over there and subscribe, man. Help the show out. We really appreciate it. But like always, until next time, y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Hey, where's the outro button? It's been a minute. Oh, here it is.
Oh, Jesus Christ.